Welcome. We're going to explain the basic mechanics of Circle of Blood Rivals. Once we have the captains in the rearguard and the arsenal shuffled, players randomly decide who will be the tyrant player and who will be the liberator player. To determine this, a die was used. The objective of the game is to obtain 25 renown points before your opponent does. Each player draws an initial hand of 6 cards. After this, players can perform a mulligan, sending any number of cards from their hand to the bottom of their arsenal and drawing that same number of cards from the top of their arsenal. When a player takes their turn, they must play through the phases in the indicated order, except for turn 1, where players skip the preparation phase. The phases define which types of cards you can play during them: units, spells, talents, events, and more. The combat phase is simultaneous for both players. Locations provide resources to the players who are in control of them, and these resources can be used to pay the cost of most of the cards you play. When both players have played through all the phases of the turn, a new turn begins. In the combat phase, players must choose to either attack enemy locations, defend their own, or remain still with each unit in their vanguard. The unit with the lowest speed must activate first, and its controller decide what to do with it. Then, the opposing player must decide what to do with their unit with the next lowest speed. Players alternate, declaring actions for their lowest speed units until there are no units left to be assigned to defense or attack. If 2 or more units have the same speed, the tyrant player decides who acts first. When 1 or more units attack a location and aren't blocked by any cards, a raid occurs. The player controlling the attacking units gains a number of renown points equal to the combined attack value of those cards. Renown points gained this way cannot exceed the structure value of the location. In the events phase, 1 or more event cards can be played from a player's hands if that player controls the required number of locations. If a card is played, the rules described on the card are automatically applied. Once all unit engagements are assigned, players can play a talent or combat spell on any of their units. The combination of Wild Fury and the quick attack ability, which allows you to deal damage before the opposing card, ensures the exiled ravens survive combat. Now you know everything you need to know to dive into the dark streets of Gormalak and start your journey as Circle of Blood rivals.